Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1979 horror movie classic, Alien, starring Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt, Yopik Kolofin from the Homicide TV series who recently passed away. Of course, this movie is a slasher movie in outer space. It's basically what it is. Of course, this movie was at the beginning of the slasher movie genre, because the year before Halloween came out, which was the first the first really mainstream horror slasher film, and Alien came out the very next year, 1979. So it's right at the beginning of the slasher movie genre. Instead of being some unknown masked serial killer, it was an actual space alien. And it was a pretty good concept because the suspense was there for the whole time. Of course, the movie, for those of you who never saw Alien, the movie is about this crew. There's like a towing on a spaceship that tows stuff, and so they get assigned to go out and they get deep space to tow either an asteroid or another spaceship that's been disabled or something. And because it takes so long to go out to outer space and come back to Earth, the whole crew is in suspended animation. And it only wakes, the crew is only awakened, or is programmed to awake, if there is a problem, or if they reach the destination, which was, of course, Earth. And so the crew gets woken up because the ship intercepted a signal, or they believe it was a distress signal from another ship. So they go and check it out, and meanwhile, they interpret it. When the computer system took a real long time to interpret it. Originally, they thought it was an SOS, but it was actually a warning to stay away and to keep away from the ship because it has a problem. And the problem was there's this alien who goes around and kills any living thing that's on the ship. And this alien attached itself to one of the crew members, and one of the most iconic and gross out parts of this movie was when it goes into a crewman's body and bursts out of his guts, pretty much, and so it's playing all over the place. And you see the little baby head. It was really gross out. It was really the gross out part of the whole movie. Then throughout the film, it starts killing off the crew. This alien, which usually looks around in the shadows, and you don't really see it until maybe towards the end of the film, which really keeps up the suspense. So, what's this alien look like? And kills off the crew slowly, one by one, until there's only one member of the crew left, and there was a Sigourney Weaver character whose name is Ripley, and she became an icon. Sigourney Weaver became an icon because of this movie, not because of her beauty, also because of her looks, how tough she was. I mean, she was a no-hold charge, take charge person, and it wasn't like your typical damsel in distress that you had like a Halloween movie, which I referenced earlier, came out the year before, or the Friday the 13th movies, which was going to come out the next year, the very first Friday the 13th film. But so you have all these issues that's going on, one after the other, and so I mean it really becomes iconic to see Sigourney Weaver being this tough woman, which you never really saw in the other slasher films. You see a woman who is the only one that survives, like in Halloween and Friday the 13th, but in Alien she was a tough, take charge woman, and so she became kind of iconic in that way. And of course, but towards the end of this movie, of course, you have the most iconic scene with Sigourney Weaver where she's strips down to a tiny panties, which is like almost not there really. I mean, when you talk about what hardly she was hardly wearing the panties in this movie, and you see her body, and you see what kind of like, great body that Sigourney Weaver has. And she was only about 30 years old. You might think she might have been older, or maybe even younger, when she first started Alien, but she was only like 30 years old by the time this movie. She was either 29 or 30, depending on her actual birthday is, when the movie was released in 1979. So I say she's about 30 when this movie came out, and you can see how smoking hot she was. And then the only other time I can remember her being in her underwear, when you actually check out her body and the figure that she had, was maybe the second, the second Halloween movie, the second Ghostbusters film, when you actually see her, where she takes her shirt off and she's wearing a bra, a dust bra and sweatpants. It's the only time you actually see her figure in the movie, as far as I know. I mean, she's always dressed like a classy lady in her movies. The first time I actually saw her in her underwear was in the first Alien film. And so, and I'm going to ruin it for you, how she defeats the alien at the end of this movie. But she does become the lone survivor of this film. And when she defeats the alien, she goes back, she puts herself into suspended animation, and that's how the movie ends, with her and the cat. That's this cat that was on the ship, and the only two survivors on this film was her and this cat. You kill everybody on the on the ship, which you practically did, but not the cat. You should not kill the cat, and that's how the movie ends. And I thought it was the first time I ever saw this movie, and I thought it was good. It kept the suspense going. But yeah, I grew up with the slasher film, so this is another. To me, this Alien, as good as they kept the suspense in this film, as good as the alien actually looks, it was a great look for this alien. And of course, to see Sigourney Weaver in this film, at least the film that actually kickstarted her career. I don't know how many movies that she was in before Alien, but this was the movie that actually made her an international movie star. Even though she's well known for being in Ghostbusters, Working Girl, and and Avatar most recently, as films that she's more known for. Alien is the one that really started her career and became a fan favorite in sci-fi conventions. So as if she ever did the sci-fi convention genre. But again, and not getting off topic, but to see this movie, you can see why so many fans. This movie became such a huge hit because of the suspense. I think it builds the suspense better than maybe like Friday the 13th or something. This one and Halloween are the two best of that. And I'm talking about the original Halloween film. They kept the suspense going very, very well. But of course, the Alien, it's kind of. I think you see the Alien more in the second film, and eventually I'm going to see that movie and maybe hopefully do a review sometime soon. I hope. Depends if I could do it this week. But check out the first Alien if you never seen it. And usually the first Alien film is usually the best one of the series. I haven't seen all the movies. Like I said, I haven't seen any of the Alien movies until now, and this one is definitely right up there with some of the best slasher films out there. So let me show my review of the movie Alien. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com, so WDY, and that's C.com, it's the homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer. Christine Moore, please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.